Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
To be or not to be? Not to be.
Hey,
hi.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Draft Action Hero.
Oh man, the show that we
Where
have
we
been
draft
doing
action heroes.
almost as long as any other show on our network.
Yeah, we should really just sit down and do 5 episodes in a day.
It's hard though.
And just be done.
This is
hard.
This is a task, you all. This is when we come together to draft these action heroes and weave together an incredible journey for you all to enjoy, an audible adventure story.
Yeah.
It takes a lot out of us.
It really does. I've drinking a bunch of Red Bulls. You have to be in the mood to just run your garbage mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, we're usually in the mood to do that because it's what we do every day.
It is what we do.
But yeah, this is we're gonna draft some action heroes. You lucky ducks.
I want a big shout out to James Rainey.
Woo!
They are the ones who made this all happen. James, thank you so much.
Yeah.
As always, you're a peach.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so, what are we doing? What is the theme? What have we decided on? It's actually rather simple today.
Yeah. We scraped the backs of our noggins to come up with a good theme for today.
Yeah, and that theme.
Yeah, go ahead.
it's Brillis.
It's the Brillis. We settled on Bruce Willis. Listen, I'm tired.
Well, no, I think this is a perfectly fine theme.
Yeah, no, of course. Obviously, we're going to get to Bruce Willis at some point.
Yeah, and
he's been in a zillion action movies. He's played dozens of different action heroes. Obviously, Bruce Willis would be represented in a show about drafting action heroes.
And if people aren't familiar with this show, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be drafting from a pick of heroes, in this case, Bruce Willis characters, and we are then going to put our drafts aside. Then we're going to roll three elements. We're going to roll a location, a group of henchmen, and a scenario. We are going to then curate a specific series of obstacles to go through in our own action movie based on those parameters.
Yeah.
And then we are going to pick one of our drafted heroes, and we are going to run through and I guess choose a winner.
I suppose we're gonna, through the power of imagination, we're gonna weave a tale.
Yeah, an awkward tale.
Awkward, stilted, occasionally funny tale.
Yeah.
Of action heroes blundering through scenarios we invented for them. It's gonna be great. You're really gonna enjoy it.
People seem to like this show, so
yeah. No, it sounds like I'm down on it, and I'm not at all. I'm always relieved when it turns out well. So
yeah. It's always it's real touch and go. Touch and go.
Dave and I are not renowned for our improv abilities.
No,
so.
I would say that I am bad at it. I am bad at improv.
Yeah, we're not great at it. So,
and I guess that's probably what's making people enjoy it. I hope. I don't know. I certainly don't think they're like, you guys are amazing improv artists.
Oh no,
and that's why we enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I'm a writer. I can write a story on the fly. And then it's like, no, I can't.
No, I need to think and write it down.
Yeah, that's the thing. I always say this where it's they're like, oh, you do comedy? Say something funny. And it's like, I'm a comedy writer.
Yeah.
Which means I have to think for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then I'll say something funny.
Give me about 15 minutes and I'll come back with something really good.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you could just pause, put a pin in this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, so Brillis. Brillis. It is.
The Brillis. The Return of Bruno.
Yeah.
I demand that's what this episode be called.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll see. Because okay.
Will we see, or is that the title of the episode?
All right, hold on,
you decide, listener.
Let me write it down.
Look at your device and see what the title of the episode wound up being.
Okay. All right. So we have 8 Brillises.
8 Brillises, a selection of Brillises.
Yep. First one is, of course, a John Mcclane.
Mm-hmm. I think he's
from a Die Hard.
From a Die Hard, whichever one you want.
Yeah.
We'll decide if he ends up in the draft. We'll specify which Die Hard he's from. But yeah,
yes.
and I think Mcclane has showed up at the draft before, but whatever.
I don't think we've used him. Oh, no. Next is a Corbin Dallas from The Fifth Element. Next is a James Cole from 12 Monkeys. Next is Joe Hollenbeck from The Last Boy Scout. Next is Hudson Hawk. I forget what movie that's from.
Yeah, you guys know, though. It's such an iconic character. You just say his name and everybody knows the movie.
Yep. Next is Hardigan from Sin City. Next is Old Joe from Looper.
Old Joe, the time-traveling child murderer.
Yeah. And finally, we have David Dunn, specifically from Glass.
Yeah.
Wait, that's important, folks.
Important
Only
distinction.
From Glass.
It is his character from Unbreakable, but we're specifically talking about David Dunn from Glass.
We wanted to do the full range.
Yeah.
Right? We have like some of the art house stuff. We have some of the good later Bruce Willis, and then we have some of the not so good later Bruce Willis, and then we have like the classic Bruce Willis.
The classic, the beginnings of his career. Yeah. So we wanted to get a good feel of the entire Brillis spectrum, where we start at he's good and he cares, late stage stuff with sometimes he cares, and then Glass where he just doesn't care. So complete spectrum of Brillis.
Tom, I have a shiny penny right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to flip it.
Oh, I thought you were going to swallow it.
Ooh, that's tempting. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not going to swallow the
Flip it first.
Okay. And you're going to say heads or tails. Here
I
we
will.
Go.
Mm-hmm.
And flipping.
Heads.
Oh, it's tails. Tom.
Ah, fuck. I don't often lose these. I think this is like
for a while you didn't lose them ever.
I think this is like only the second or third time that I've lost the toss.
Right. So I'm gonna start by picking one, and then we go 2.
You're gonna start
2, 2.
by eating that penny.
Right. Okay. Hold on.
Okay. Just gurgling sounds.
All right.
Oh, this is good radio.
Yeah, we're good. All right.
Just choking down a dirty, disease-filled penny.
Well, that's how you gain. You boost your immune system.
That's how you gain rat powers. Yeah.
Yeah.
You drink a penny that's coated in old human skin and rat piss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's really hard to pick your favorite Bruce Willis movie, but I'm going to do my favorite version of Bruce Willis is Joe Hollenbeck. And I am picking Joe Hollenbeck.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, from The Last Boy Scout.
Hands down, Joe Hollenbeck, Last Boy Scout. That is peak Brillis.
Yeah. All right, so you get 2.
All right, I'm going to go with Corbin Dallas. Specifically Corbin Dallas when he goes to the airport and he's wearing that cool orange webbed jacket.
Yes, that is, by the way, The Fifth Element is the coolest Bruce Willis has ever dressed.
Yeah, he looks awesome. All right, I'm sorry. He's wearing an orange tank top and a cutoff army fatigue jacket. That's what it is.
Right.
And I'm gonna go with Hudson Hawk.
Hudson Hawk. Got it. All right, I'm going to pick fuck it, John McClane.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. I didn't want to be
basic. It's basic, but
I didn't want to be a basic bitch, but McClane wasn't going to stay on the board for too long.
No, and I'm grabbing old Joe.
Sure. Listen, if we end up fighting children, he's an obvious choice.
That's true. All right, it's you.
Okay. Let's see. I'll go with I'm going to go with David Dunn.
Of course. Yeah.
And
naturally.
I'm going to go with 12 Monkeys. I've forgotten his name.
James
Cole.
So I get Hardigan.
You get Hardigan.
All right.
I mean, Hardigan's got some cool superpowers. He's got dick ripping power, and also skull crushing power. Those are solid powers.
True. That is true.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he also has heart attack power.
Yeah, he does have heart attack power. Okay.
You can only redline that engine for so long as you're ripping dicks before your heart explodes.
Okay, so you have Corbin Dallas, James Cole, Hudson Hawk, David Dunn.
Mm-hmm.
I have Hardigan, Old Joe, Hallenbeck, and John McClane.
I gotta say, I feel like a lot of the ass kicking is sort of on your side, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I went for like the more subversive Brillises. In general, Corbin Dallas kicks a lot of ass.
Yeah, Corbin Dallas is great.
Yeah, he's fucking people up left and right.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, okay, I remember what we're doing next. We have to spin the scenarios.
Yeah.
So, let's start with our location.
Sure. Oh, Dave, you know, I just realized we each have 4 Brillises.
4 Brillises.
Not 1 or 2 or 3, but 4 Brillises.
Yeah, we're lousy with Brillises.
Yeah, we're just fucking we're infested with Brillises.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Mm-hmm. We're disgusting.
We are.
So we need a location, and so I'm gonna run everybody through possible locations for this adventure. We have the White House, which, you know, it's the White House.
Yeah.
We have a Wild West town, and I think we decided that if it's that one, it's going to also take place in the West.
I think so. I think that's the most fun.
Yeah. We have a theme park, which I don't think we've done. We have a haunted museum.
That's so weird that we haven't done theme park or haunted museum.
Yeah. We have the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. We have a water world. Doesn't have to be any specific water world.
It can be any water world. It can be a water world of our own imagination.
Yeah. And then we have Volcano Eruption Town.
Yeah.
The town of Dante's Peak.
The town from
basically.
Dante's Peak, yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to spin this wheel right now, Tom, and see what it lands on. And it has landed on, finally, the White House.
The White House. Okay.
The White House. So maybe our character is a Secret Service agent. Maybe it's a person trying to be a Secret Service agent who goes on a tour with his daughter.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Could be hiding out in the White House because there's an alien invasion.
Yeah.
That's a good pool of locations. I think we should hang on to that pool for the next episode.
Yeah, let's remember.
There's like no bad ways for the wheel to land on those picks.
There is not. Next, we're going to pick our henchmen. And we have one that we've been sitting on for a while, Star Wars Stormtroopers.
Listen, they're going to invade. They're drawn to it's white. They're white. It's like a bug lamp for them.
Exactly. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, they show up there and they're just pissed that like there's no giant stormtrooper head waiting there for them.
Right.
Like, well, this is bullshit. We're just going to laser everybody.
A dystopian corporate army, which also makes sense for the White House.
So what exactly are we picturing with that? What's the reference?
I'm imagining like they've taken over, like Amazon has taken over the White House.
Right. Okay. So like Amazon has its own Blackwater. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Next is Nazis. Also not hard to imagine in the White House.
I'm gonna need some. What's the reference?
You know, like I would say time traveling Nazis. Like actual Nazis, not just like like not just like the Nazis we have.
I'm
now,
sure we'll figure it out. We'll
but
figure
like,
it out.
yeah,
I'll get more clarity on that.
yeah. We'll build. We're gonna build a story once we figure it out.
That was supposed
pod
to be
people,
a joke. This is going well.
Don't worry about it, man. It's all
Sure.
good.
Pod people, body
Pod
snatchers.
people, body snatchers. They take it over the White House.
Sure, of course.
Cultists
Also makes sense
yeah.
for them to take over the White House.
Yep. And then finally, and
I feel like a couple of these could be combined.
Yes. Yeah. Finally, and this, I feel like we're just gonna like push the wheel to this. Children. Famous for being the bad guy in Extraction. Mm-hmm. Children, just child.
Lord of the Flies. Yeah, you could combine, again, you can combine a few of these.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper children, Nazi children, pod people children, cultist children. Listen, it all works.
You're right. Stormtrooper children. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, I'm going to spin the wheel. Going to see what comes up.
And it's going to land on children.
What
did it land on?
So it landed on cultist, but a sliver is on children.
So it's children!
It's children. Children wins. So it's children in the White House.
So the Lost Boys have taken over the White House, and only Brillis can stop them.
Yep. And final pick is the scenario. Now, for the scenario, we have some interesting ideas, and we'll have to integrate it in. First one is you are Judge Dredd. It's pretty self-explanatory. Treasure hunt. That's if we had Nicolas Cage.
That's gonna be a buck wild adventure.
Yeah, that's some national treasure shit. Price on your head, which I don't know if you broke it into the White House. Yeah, I imagine there'd be a reward for catching you. Running Man. So a
kind of like price
man.
on your head. Yeah.
Yeah. Revenge Rampage. So like the president killed your wife, and you're getting revenge, and the Secret Service are all children.
Sure.
I don't know.
Or there's just a school that's touring a karate school that's touring the White House that day.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like it's their forsworn duty to protect the president.
And finally, Tron. Just Tron. You get sucked into a computer.
Yeah, you get sucked into the White House.
Yeah, the White House computer, and it's like a virtual White House run by children. We'll figure out a plot.
Yeah,
I'm going to spin the
president's
wheel
a big
first.
diamond.
Yeah. Exactly. So it is landed on Running Man. So
I'm liking where all of these chips are falling.
Yep. So it's the White House. Children are there. And it's the Running Man. So we have to... Okay. So how does all that fit together? So... Okay, so there's a game show. Mm-hmm. All right, it's a game show that takes place at the White House. Is it run by the president?
Yes.
So he is the
he's the Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson.
Yeah, he's the host.
Okay, so President
Richard Dawson,
Running Man out of the White House. President Richard Dawson.
Yeah.
All right. And so we are a criminal, right? We are criminal.
Yes, we are criminal.
Task.
Possibly framed. Probably framed.
Yeah.
We've been framed.
Running Man. We've been framed. The other contestants are all children.
Yes.
Right? Contestants are all children. So are they still like the Running Man type?
Yeah.
Like they have,
They'll be like pro wrestling children. Yeah.
Yeah, pro.
They'll have cool gimmicks.
Children. Should
But
they
they're
have
out
the
for
same
blood.
gimmicks?
I mean, they can. If you want one of the kids to be Sub-Zero, another one to be Buzzsaw.
All right, so Sub-Zero, Buzzsaw. Which one was Buzzsaw?
The guy with the saws. The guy with the chainsaws on the motorcycle.
Yeah, that checks out. Mm-hmm. What's the opera guy?
Dynamo.
Opera Man? Dynamo.
It can be Opera Man. We can beat the shit out of Adam Sandler in a cape.
And then Jesse Ventura is...
Captain Freedom. I mean, she don't actually fight Captain Freedom.
Oh, you're right. So is it just those three?
No, Fireball. Jim Brown.
Fireball. And then Richard Dawson.
And then Dawson, yeah.
Okay, so Sub-Zero is a hockey rink, right?
In the White House, which, fine, they have a bowling alley. There's probably a hockey rink in there. We don't know.
Yeah. Buzzsaw, where did we fight Buzzsaw? Where did...
Just in a generic Eastern European factory. So, like, I don't know. Outside? In the basement? In the White House bunker? No, that'll be where Dawson... No, wait. Yeah, Rose Garden. There you go, Rose Garden. Got to fight Dawson in the Oval Office.
Oh, yeah.
Dynamo rides around in a go-kart.
So, like, the China room?
Sure.
Or the Lincoln bedroom? Can we do the Lincoln bedroom with Dynamo?
We can do anything you want, Dave. It's the landscape of our own imaginations.
Okay. I'm going to do Dynamo in the Lincoln bedroom. Mm-hmm. But they're all children.
Yeah, so, okay. I'm going to answer. I'm going to keep this question to myself and answer it boldly when it becomes my turn first.
Okay. Fireball?
Fireball's kind of anywhere. Like, Fireball chases him through a locker room and in this building and then explodes. So
Fireball, let's say guarding the Oval Office.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. We have to get into the Oval Office.
Yeah, and then in the office is President Dawson.
Yep, and they're all children. That's adorable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we have 5 stages, basically.
Wearing little Halloween costumes.
The White House hockey rink with Sub-Zero, the Rose Garden with Buzzsaw, the Lincoln bedroom with Dynamo, outside the Oval Office with Fireball, and then inside the Oval Office with Richard Dawson, also a child. President Child Richard Dawson, right?
Child Richard Dawson.
Because they're all kids.
Well, only the henchmen have to be kids.
Oh, yeah, the henchmen are kids. Richard Dawson is
Richard Dawson is just Richard Dawson. Yeah.
So they're child soldiers. It's being televised, right?
Yeah, it's a show.
Yeah, it's a running
It's our
man
dystopian
show.
future, man. The president handpicks contestants from maximum security prisons who are doomed to condemned men, like the Stone Cold Steve Austin film, The Condemned, and brings them to the White House to fight through his child army of pro wrestling characters to try to win their freedom.
Right. Yeah.
He's on his 5th administration, his 5th term. He's been we rewrote the Constitution so he could just keep getting reelected because we keep wanting to watch more seasons of The Running Man. Mm-hmm. But now it's spiraled out of control, Dave. There's no more freedom now.
There's no more freedom.
He's become a dictator, Dave. Now the whole country is just, to him, it's just a resource to keep making more seasons of The Running Man. And he has to be stopped.
Mm-hmm. And who's going to stop him?
Bruce
Willis.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to choose our Bruce Willises.
We do, yeah. That is generally what we do at this time.
Yeah, So obviously I have Old Joe, who is he failed.
He does fail
to kill a child.
He does fail to kill a child, but he is defeated by himself.
Right, but he's also just boring.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use Old Joe.
It's interesting because at first it seems like Old Joe has an incredible advantage, but he never successfully kills that child.
He never kills a child. Hardigan seems to like children, so he's going to have trouble, I think. John Mcclane is the obvious one, but I'm ending where I started here with Joe Hollenbeck from The Last Boy Scout. I can't not have Joe Hollenbeck from The Last Boy Scout. I feel like if any of these characters could kill a child, it's Joe Hollenbeck.
Right. If any of these characters was going to beat the shit out of a bunch of kids in Halloween costumes, it's Joe Hollenbeck.
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely. And he points a loaded gun to his daughter's head in the movie.
He does.
Yeah, which is one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, it's an incredible moment.
Give me the keys or I kill the kid.
Daddy.
Oh, what a great movie.
Perfect moment.
Shh. All right, what are you going with?
This is tough. Okay. Man, there's so many options I could go with. Corbin Dallas, obviously, he's skilled at fighting extreme odds. We're going to be facing extreme odds within this White House.
Right.
Cole has practice with time travel, which could be useful in this situation.
Yeah.
David Dunn is kind of useless, which could also be useful in this situation. And Hudson Hawk would also be... He's a skilled infiltrator, Dave. He's a cat burglar. He can get inside places.
Well, he doesn't need to get inside places. He's already inside. Though.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Hudson Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there were so many compelling reasons to choose a few of the other characters. Like I was thinking with Cole, maybe he could just take each kid to the future so they can see themselves die.
That's true.
Obviously, David Dunn would just keep drowning in progressively smaller pools of water, and the kids would have to like drop the act and help him.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Like he would, he would step out onto the ice with Sub-Zero, and it would break, and he would start drowning.
Right. By the end, it would be the coffee cup in the Oval Office.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like one of those little thimble cups that they give you to rinse your mouth out at the dentist's office.
Right.
He's just drowning in that.
Yep.
His nose is trapped in the cup, and he's drowning. And then Richard Dawson has to save him.
Yeah.
And then Corbin would just shoot everyone. So I think I made a good choice with Hudson Hawk. You're going to see some stuff. You're going to see some stuff. Frank Stallone might show up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Can't rule out Danny Aiello.
Yeah, you can do some musical numbers. You can have a lot of fun with it.
Oh, Dave, there will be musical numbers.
Okay, good. Well, I won the spinning coin. I won the spinning air coin. I'm going to go first.
Okay. Bold move.
Yeah, I mean, why not? That does mean I don't go last. So you have to like bring us home. Mm-hmm. But that's okay.
Going to be a lot of press.
Yeah.
On old Hudson Hawk.
Okay, well, I guess I wake up in my car. There's a squirrel on me that some children have placed on it. I toss the squirrel out at the kids. They scream, and that's when I decide I'm going to kill children.
Yeah.
Like that. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, it's when you swear revenge.
Yeah. I look at myself in the mirror. I have a splitting headache. I say, nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. You're going to lose. What's the rest? Smile, you fuck. And then I get out and I am on the hockey ring. Like that's where I realize now what happened was, so I wasn't a contestant so much as I got really drunk the night before and drove and crashed into the White House.
Completely believe it. Listen, it could happen to any of us.
Yeah. And so there's I'm trying to remember how he kills people, and I realized spectacularly.
It's always incredible when he does.
Yeah. So I'm faced with a child Sub-Zero.
Yeah, basically a peewee hockey goalie.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey kid, I fucked your mom last night. And the kid's like, how did you know it was my mom? And he says, and I say, oh, she said her son was a motherfucker wearing a hockey outfit. And Sub-Zero thinks it's hilarious because I'm just so good at jokes. Mm-hmm. And then I go into a fit of coughing, just awful coughing. Just like really deep, horrible coughing.
It's like alarming.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, man, are you okay? And I hurl a whiskey bottle at him. Mm-hmm. And he's not sure if, like, he's supposed to kill me. Like, cause, like he doesn't know if I'm a contestant. Because I just some guy who drove in. I smell like shit. Like human shit. And I'm just coughing. And then, let's see. What else do I do?
I don't know, man.
I call him ugly. I start pushing the kid around. I hurl a second.
Great start.
Listen, Joe Hollenbeck, his power is that he is surly. That's it. That's his power.
Well, he used to be a Secret Service agent.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Shit, that's got to go. Okay, I'll work it in. I'll work it in.
Sure.
And then I say, hey, your mom's fat. And I'm like, ask me how fat she is. And he's like, no, man, that's really uncool. Like I'm like Gen Y, and like we're past that sort of stuff. So I put the kid in a headlock. And I just breathe on him. and I say, like, this is your future, kid. I whisper it, and then I just start coughing again. And then, like, I black out. I just completely black out.
It's like a strategy is just shattering this kid's vision of adulthood. This is what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly. I black out. I'm on the ice, so I'm having trouble like walking. And then I wake up. It's been 6 hours. The kid is dead. He's been smashed in the head with several whiskey bottles. I don't feel good about it.
No, why would you?
I get up and I like think about my glory days. I look at an old photograph of myself when I was sober. Mm-hmm. And then I look up and I see the giant Richard Dawson billboard, like advertising this. And I hurl another whiskey bottle at him at the billboard. And I light a cigarette. And I get back in my car.
On the ice inside the White House.
Yes. I think that's it. I think that's how I handle the first kid.
Sure. Why not?
Listen, I'm a PI. What am I going to do here? All right. That's it.
All right. So, Hudson Hawk comes a creeping and a prowling into the ice rink. It's me and my partner Danny Aiello. We're going to infiltrate the White House, get into that Oval Office. We got to get inside the Oval Office, Danny Aiello. We got to bring down this media regime, but also there's a smelting device made from like legendary what do they call it? Alchemy, an alchemy machine. It can turn metal into gold, and Richard Dawson has it. We need to find it before Sandra Bernhard does. And Danielle's like, that's right, what shall we sing? And I said, we'll sing the same song we always do. So we go prancing down on the ice singing, would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar? And it's Sub-Zero is on the ice, and it's several kids piled together into an adult man costume.
Ooh. That makes sense.
Struggling to hold on to this bladed hockey stick. It's very unsafe. They got one kid trying to support the weight of the other kids on his ice skates, and that's not going well because skating is hard. And then also he's not that strong, so he's got all this weight on his shoulders, so he's trying to master two techniques at once. Very difficult. And then also this gnarly ass hockey stick that doubles as a sword. They're not doing so great. So we're just kind of sneaking around, singing our show tunes. Or would you rather be a pig? And then Sub-Zero fires off an amazing shot, slaps that hockey puck, just drills Danny Aiello right in the throat as he's supposed to pick up the next verse. So it's like, would you rather? And now the song has come to an end. I have no idea how to time my heist anymore because Hudson Hawk times all of his heists by singing a show tune. So now we get into a Zamboni chase. Frank Stallone is driving a Zamboni, and I'm being dragged behind it as Sub-Zero is struggling to master skating and carrying three other children on his back at the same time. We just go in circles around the rink for a little while, and then the kids' parents show up. They're like, all right, this is dangerous. We're going home. You should probably make sure Dan Aiello is okay. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Well, listen, our parameters are very specific. So is that how it works itself out?
I guess.
All right.
I'm dragging Dan Aiello's his throat is now swollen up to the size of a basketball and it's black and blue. But I'm still trying to sing.
Right.
Like now I'm singing songs from Chicago.
Right.
I'm singing Mr. Cellophane, dragging Dan Aiello toward the Rose Garden, because hopefully the White House has some sort of medic.
This is going to be your adventure. Who's taking him to the medic?
Listen, you shouldn't have tried to put 3 kids on top of each other on ice skates. It's very hard.
Right.
They're not getting as much use out of this ice rink as they thought they were going to.
No, it's true.
Or the kids that turned out to be a bust so far.
Right.
They're kids. They're useless.
Right. Yeah, what are we going to do with these kids?
I don't know, man.
It's just going to be us beating children for the entire podcast. And, it's the bed we made.
This is the path we've chosen, Dave.
Yeah. All right. Is it my turn for the Rose Garden?
I guess.
All right. I wake up in my car. There's another squirrel on me. I huck that out. I drive very drunk out of the hockey rink. I stop at my wife's house, or at my house rather.
It's your wife's house too. It's your house.
It's our house. I find Bruce McGill in the closet.
Yep.
He's been fucking my wife, and then he gives me. I punch him in the stomach. He gives me a job. He's like, "There's this rose garden, you see. There's a kid I need you to check out named Buzzsaw." And I'm like, "Oh, $500 is $500." And so I take the job, and then I drive to the rose garden. And then I get out, and Buzzsaw is just like a kid. Like I assume with that Buzzsaw, he's like gardening.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
technically a chainsaw is like outdoor equipment. Yeah. It's like pruning equipment.
I forget what Buzzsaw looked like in.
He looked like a thumb. He looked like a very muscular thumb with a goatee and and Duke Nukem hair.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's all coming back. Mm-hmm. So like that, but a child.
Yeah, he's alarmingly swole. He's the kind of swole that makes you worry the guys are going to drop dead any second.
Right, but he is still in this case it's a child.
Right. So is it a yoked child?
Yeah, I think it's a yoked.
Is he shredded? Is he cut up?
Yeah, but he's still a child.
Right.
I say, you got a cigarette? And he's like, I'm a child. So no, just an e-cigarette. And I call him a slur that you can't say anymore. And he's like, dude, you can't say that. That's really fucked up. I'm Gen Y. We're past all that. And I'm like, I used to be a I was gonna say a football star, but that's the other guy.
Yeah, it's Damon Wayans.
I used to be great.
I used to work here, kid.
Yeah, and I'm like, look at all these stupid roses. And he's like, wait, you don't like roses? And I'm like, yeah, I believe in roses. I also believe in cancer. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you drunk? And I start coughing. And I can't.
I start teaching the kid about divorce.
Yeah. And I can't stop coughing. And I like have to hold up a hand, and he's like, "Do I need to get somebody? Are you okay, man? I'm really uncomfortable with you." And I pull out a puppet, and I start doing like really racy jokes and like roast humor with the puppet. And he's like kind of upset now because I've kind of hurt him. I've hurt his feelings.
Yeah, sure.
I call him like a little Duke Nukem. And I'm like, I'm just very verbally abusive.
He doesn't even understand the reference, but he knows it's cruel.
Yeah, and then like I do the puppet for a little bit. I get winded, so I have to sit down for a second from the puppet stuff. I shit my pants a little bit, just a little bit.
What's happening?
Listen, he lives hard.
He does. He lives on the edge.
Yeah,
he lives on the ragged edge.
Yeah, and I put my head in my hands and I'm like, my best friend's banging my wife.
Just starts crying.
Yeah, and then I start crying through the puppet because I don't understand. I don't know how to.
You don't understand the emotions that you're experiencing.
Yeah, right. But secretly,
millions of audiences around, millions of people around the world, a televised audience of millions are watching this. That's what I was trying to say.
Secretly, I have a whiskey bottle in that puppet, and I hurl it out of the puppet's mouth and just nail the kid right in the face. And listen, he's a child, so he just starts crying.
Yeah, and
crying and crying. He's got a bloody nose. He doesn't want to do this anymore. I sort of like, I guess I just get drunk. I just drink another whiskey. I open my trunk where all the whiskey bottles are.
Right.
And I get another one. I sit down. I'm like, yeah, you and me, kid. You know, it's hard out there. And I like try to bond with the kid, but he is not into it.
No. Why would he be? This is the worst day of his life.
Yeah. And I black out. And I think that's it. That's it. Just darkness.
Just passed out in your own trunk in the rose garden.
Yeah. Until next time.
All right. Next time. Challenge defeated.
All right, you're up, Rose Garden.
All right, so we're in the Rose Garden. Danny Aiello is fine, because that's his superpower in Hudson Hawk.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he like dies very obviously, and then just is back in the next scene.
Right.
I'm gonna have to explain a lot of my Hudson Hawk refs because I'm sure most of you haven't seen it. All right, so
we chose the last.
We did the worst fucking things. We're so bad at this, Dave.
This whole series about self-sabotage, man. That's what we're here. That's what we're here for.
Yep, we're making it hard on ourselves. Yeah. So we're creeping into the rose garden. Zoobadoo boop, zoobadoo boop. And there's this kid struggling, doing his best, his able-bodied best, to get this chainsaw going. It's 3 kids, again, in a buzzsaw costume. Nobody was meant to try to do this.
Right.
One kid's wearing the shooting glasses that has got the Duke Nukem hair. He's kind of feeling all right, but he also has to work the chainsaw, and it's pretty heavy. Kid in the middle's really not feeling it. Kid on the bottom's super not feeling it, but a little bit more than the kid in the middle. It's like Human Centipede situation.
Yeah.
Just trying to get the chainsaw started, and we're like zoobadoo boop, zoobadoo boop, past him.
Right.
And so we're hiding out in some rose bushes, and we're like, okay, Danny Aiello, how are we gonna get past this kid? Danny Aiello's like, I don't know. Try talk to him. Use some of that Hudson Hawk wit, that renowned Hudson Hawk zaniness that you use in your career as a cat burglar to win people over. And I'm like, you're right, Danny Aiello. So I go over to the kid. And I tell him that I'm a friend of his mom's and that his mom's just been in a horrible accident. And they all start crying. And they throw down their chainsaws and run out of the rose garden.
Yeah.
Because I tell them, just go run on the street. The hospital's waiting there. It's just the first car you see. Just get in that car. They're going to take you right to the hospital. And they do that. And I watch them pile into the first car that they see and then get driven off. And I don't think anything else about it. I briefly consider writing down the license plate, but then I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm here to steal. I'm Hudson Hawk. I'm here on a mish. I'm here to steal an alchemy machine and to topple this President Richard Dawson. I pick a flower. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet.
Yeah, but there's probably something.
I pick a flower. I put it in my little lapel.
Yeah.
Because Hudson Hawk, listen,
You're Hudson Hawk,
he
man.
doesn't dress like a cat burglar. I'm wearing a fedora, a long overcoat, a white T-shirt, and black slacks.
Yeah, you're dressed like Bruce Willis.
I'm dressed like MC Scat Cat.
Yeah.
I'm dressed like Michael Jackson in the Smooth Criminal video.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I am dressed like Bruce Willis in 1990.
Yeah. Just regular Bruce Willis.
Complete with my crucifix earring.
Yeah.
And I go back to Danny Aiello, and Danny Aiello's like, man, that's a great job. Great job, Hudson Hawk. That's why you're the best. I'm like, that's right. And we start singing more show tunes and creep through the rest of the Rose Garden.
Yeah.
Leave the chainsaw there. What are we going to do with the chainsaw? It makes too much noise, Dave.
Makes too much noise.
We're cat burglars.
Absolutely.
Who sing aloud to each other.
Yep. Absolutely.
We just cat burgled the Rose Garden, man. We cat burgled Buzzsaw. The at-home audience is losing their fucking minds. They've never seen something so incredible on The Running Man.
Right. I forgot this is all televised.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
For mine, the audience has been dead silent.
Yeah. We cut to a Pepsi ad.
Yeah.
I'm also in it. Hudson Hawk's also in it, wailing on a saxophone, singing hits from the Return of Bruno, whipping out his harmonica.
Of course.
I think that's all I got.
All right. So we're on to the Lincoln bedroom. God, we have 3 more.
Do we?
Yeah, we could cut one. We could cut Fireball. We have Lincoln bedroom.
We have Dynamo, Fireball, and Richard Dawson.
Yeah. Yeah. We could combine Dynamo and Fireball if we wanted to.
Dynaball? I don't know.
Dynaball?
Listen.
No, they could just be 2 different children.
Let's just go. Listen, we made this bed, Dave.
Okay.
We made this bed in the Lincoln bedroom.
Let's sleep in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. I wake up in my car. There's a squirrel on me. I huck the squirrel off. I have driven into the Lincoln bedroom.
Of course.
Yeah. I've shit my pants a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of course I do. And I'm wincing because Dynamo is singing opera. And I'm like, I get out, and as a child, I hurl a whiskey bottle at him. I miss completely. I'm like, he's like, I wanted to hear you scream in pain. And I'm like, play some rap music. And he's like, come on, man. Why are you so hard on rap music? What's wrong with you? I start hacking cough, just an intense cough. And I think back of my better years as a Secret Service agent.
Mm-hmm. When people respected you and your daughter loved you.
Yeah, and when I caught Richard Dawson planning this Running Man, and I peed him up. Mm-hmm. And that's how I lost my job. And, fell into the bottle. Still coughing. Dynamo's like, are you okay, man? My arm falls off. Just falls off. Like it's just like
hard
an
living.
old tooth.
Hard living.
Nothing happened. It was time for it to fall off.
Mm-hmm. It had run its course. Course.
Yeah. And I keep coughing. And I say I fucked his wife, and he's like, I'm 7. And then I take a leak in the corner of the Lincoln bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, man, like, get a hold of yourself. But what he doesn't know is I'm secretly holding C4. He didn't do anything to me. And then I'm like, I got a daughter too. She gets picked on. And he's like, oh, that sucks. And I'm like, she'll be blowing him by the time she's 13. And he's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck, man? And then I get close enough to him. I'm real drunk. Put an arm around the kid, and it's just horrifying for the kid. It's just the smell of shit and alcohol and vomit. And I'm like, this is what he'll become. And
It's a really grim episode.
I know. And I secretly attached C4 to him. And then the kid's crying because, this is just a shocking experience for him.
Yeah.
The audience continues to be completely silent. And the kid turns around to walk away. And at the last minute, I fire my gun into the C4. It misses, though. Hits the kid a couple times. Finally does the C4. Kid detonates. Half of the Lincoln bedroom has exploded. And I won. I'm victorious. I start coughing. And I say, like, man, if I get out of this, I'm going to do a jig. And everybody's just upset with me.
Nobody knows what to say. Yeah.
No one knows what to say. I black out. I just, it's just darkness. And I can tell I'm shitting some more. Like really shitting.
Just
like
really hunkering down.
Yeah, like a real like I'm not even holding back.
All pretense of dignity is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a full-blown mudslide.
Right.
Good Lord.
And that's it.
Perfect.
That's it for me.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. Fuck. All right, so we're me and Danny Aiello zoop a doop boop boop a boop up the stairs into the Lincoln bedroom. And we see a couple of kids just struggling to piece together their Dynamo costume. It's a task you shouldn't have left to a child. Dynamo has this elaborate laser light costume where he looks like a light bright Roman emperor driving around in a Mario Kart car. And they can't get any of it to come together. They're still stuck on the light bright. The light bulb's not really working. Half the time you bought one of those things, the light bulb didn't work, so you had to get a new one. So that's not going well. They got one kid on like Roman Emperor armor duty, and he's not doing such a great job. He bought like a God of War armor set from Party City, and it's not really at all what they wanted. But he's like 8, so he didn't understand the difference. And the third kid is just trying to figure out the Mario Kart go-kart and has already demolished half of the furniture in the Lincoln bedroom, just crashing back and forth into shit. It looks like Bedlam in this bedroom.
Right.
The Lincoln Bedlam room.
Right.
So me and Danielle are like, what do we do? Do we help them? Do we help them put this together? Or do we just leave? What do we do? And then Danielle is like, listen, Hudson Hawk, you've taken the lead so far. You were there for me so many times. Like that time I got crushed in the throat by a hockey puck. You were there for me. And I'm like, that's true, Danielle. And Danielle's like, Hudson Hawk, let me take this one. So Dan Aiello hijacks the go-kart. And he's like, chase me, kids. And the kids are like, what? And before they really understand what's happening, Dan Aiello dramatically drives the go-kart through the Lincoln bedroom window, and it explodes in midair. And the White House is on the edge of a cliff now because of the great the Masked Singer wars of the 2030s. The White House is now on an island peninsula with a huge sheer cliff.
I don't see why not.
Yeah. And so, he goes sailing in a fireball down into the abyss. And I'm like, Daddy, oh no! And just kind of twirl and tap dance my way out of the room. But I'm weeping, like I'm really weeping. And the kids are alarmed because they just saw a grown man do something insane, and they don't understand what they saw. Like it's their first experience with death, even though they're lifelong Running Man viewers. They don't understand that it's real yet. They think it's like American Gladiators. The audience at home is going fucking bonkers. They're all texting their votes to vote for Dan Aiello because they can't believe what an incredible thing he did. Just for his sponsors, like Pepsi is really pleased that he exploded himself because it means their ad break is going to be killer now.
Yep.
So there's a lot of viewers at home texting their well wishes to Pepsi in this time. So the kids are confused by that. They're confused by seeing an adult man weep. They've never seen that before either. I try to play a little song on my harmonica, but I'm weeping through the harmonica. I'm dance crying and weep harmonicaing, trying to entertain these children like Patch Adams. Right. And they eventually just give up. Like, listen, we don't understand what's happening here. We can't even get this light bright to work. And I say, I'll steal you another one, kids. Abadoo, babadoo, badaboo. Boo hoo 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 hoo. And then I leave. I don't know.
Then I leave.
Then I just leave. Challenge defeated. Dynamo has been felled. They don't have a go-kart anymore. Dan Aiello took care. He jumped on that grenade for me. For all of us, really. I steal a bunch of shit from the Lincoln bedroom while I walk. I'm weeping, and I'm playing a harmonica song to try to cheer the children up, but I'm also carrying a priceless oil painting underneath my arm.
Right.
And I stole the light bright.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And the God of War costume. I robbed the kids.
Yeah, you robbed the children.
Mm-hmm. That's what you do. They're children. They can't stop you.
It makes a lot of sense.
But I'm weeping through my show tune scatting. I want you all to know. It's really affected Hudson Hawk. He's seen his friend Danny Aiello die for the second time today. He's really been confronted with, man, what is this life of crime that I've chosen? Crime truly does not pay, except for this oil painting and the slight bright and the God of War costume. I need you to step in.
So it's me?
Yeah, it's you.
Oval Office Fireball, right?
Sure, yeah, right in front of the Oval Office, yeah.
Okay. So I wake up in my car.
Yeah.
There's a squirrel on me. Dead squirrel. I'm disgusted. I throw it out. My vision is fucked. At this point, I'm just it's blurry. Mm-hmm. I'm so drunk. I'm missing an arm. There's just my pants are basically just shit. More shit than pants. I stumble out of the car. I start drinking. I see this blur that's Fireball, and I'm like, Jimmy Dix, I loved you, man. And he's like, I'm a child. I'm Fireball. And I'm like, this is no game, Flash. And he's like, what? And I'm like, my middle name's Cornelius. Don't tell anyone, I'll kill you. And they're like, is there anybody I can call? I'm like, I forgot to tell you, bomb means fuck you in Polish. And it's like, okay, what, are you, like, I don't know what to do. I think I might have to call someone. I start doing a jig. But it's like, to me, it's like it's a great jig, but for the child watching, it is not good.
It's a bad jig.
It's a bad jig. And I'm like, Jimmy, leather pants. Look at your leather pants. It's just really sad. I'm just so drunk.
You are the most flammable thing in the room, not Fireball.
And I'm like, you can't, don't do drugs in my, get out of here. You get out. You're doing drugs in my bathroom. And Fireball's like, sir, I didn't do any drugs. I am 8 years old. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking, and then I black out. And I'm sorry, and Fireball just goes like he's just doesn't know what to do, so he goes to tell somebody of this poor man who's just drinking himself into a coma, who's now scratching at the door of the White House, of the Oval Office, rather.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my Fireball turn.
I like that our adventure has been just failing a generation of children. Just
Yeah,
showing
yeah.
them that adulthood is meaningless, and
Look, there's more than one way.
none of us
Yeah.
are responsible adults. This is the oblivion you have to look forward to when you get older.
There's more than one way to defeat a child.
That's true.
Yeah.
You punch the kid, you win the battle. This is winning the war.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Changing these kids' lives.
Right.
You see, Dave, you correct the thinking that led to the behavior.
Exactly.
Um,
Oh shit.
okay, so Daniello and I come creeping up on the Oval Office door.
Right.
I set my painting down because we're seeing Fireball. Fireball, once again, 3 kids trying to fit into the same Fireball costume. Busily trying to start a fire. They got their Cub Scouts book open in front of them, trying to figure out how to make fire. They have all sorts of gasoline and tubes and nozzles and shit. It does not look safe whatsoever.
Right.
So I whistle a jaunty tune, scat a little bit to kind of get the kids' attention as I creep around to the door of the White House. And one of the Fireball kids says, "What?" And they set the carpet on fire. And it ironically balloons up into a fireball that burns the kid's eyebrows off. And the at-home audience goes ballistic. A letter writing campaign is immediately launched. The show has to be put on hiatus for several months as they retool a bunch of episodes that had already been filmed that also contained fire content and fire references. Those all had to be scrubbed. There were Senate hearings. The Running Man was also almost taken off the air. So we finally get back on the air several months later after this incident. The Running Man is no longer allowed to mention fire or have a character named Fireball or have anyone do anything related to fire because it's dangerous for children.
It is. That's true.
We get back to the White House. I've already sold the painting. Hudson Hawk is like 30 pounds heavier now because he sold all the cool swag he got from the Lincoln bedroom, and then went on like a tour. You know how like people will go on like food tours, food vacations of like Europe and stuff. Except I just went like Hudson Hawk just went on like a food tour of like the mall. Right. So I've been eating a lot of Sbarros. I spent my months off the intervening months eating $25,000 of Sbarro.
Right.
So I'm a little slower, little less cat, a little more burglar. Less cat burglar, more hamburglar.
Nice.
Daniello looks the same.
Yep.
Yeah, he invested more. He invested his cut of the money in NFTs. NFTs of kids starting fires in the White House.
Right. So he looks the same, but he's, a little different, a little changed.
He's changed.
Too.
He's changed. He keeps telling me, Hudson, Hawk, the next thing we got to do is we got to get into NFTs, man. We got to break into wherever they're storing these NFTs. And I explain to him, Daniello, for the 1000th time, that's the point of NFTs. There's no physical art. It doesn't exist anywhere. We can't steal it. But then Daniello's like, but we can heist it. See, we break into their crypto wallets and we can wipe them out. You see, Hudson? It's all that money. It's the biggest heist. It's the biggest sneak of the century. It's all this money just sitting there waiting for us to take it. I'm like, one step at a time, Daniello. We're right here out front of the White House, out front of the Oval Office. We had to break in there and get this alchemy machine so we can turn metal into gold like Rumpelstiltskin. And then Daniello's like, Hudson, Rumpelstiltskin didn't turn metal into gold. He turned straw into gold. And I say, whatever, Daniello. We got to get in there and steal it. It's a gold-making machine. I don't care what we put at the end of it. Whatever it is, we'll steal that. Can we put NFTs in the alchemy machine? I don't know, Hawk. I don't think it works like that. All right, we'll figure out our NFT plan after we get this alchemy machine, all right? The carpet's still burned. They haven't bothered to replace it.
Right. Yeah, would they?
Well, they spent so much money and time on legal fees fighting this thing in court to keep the Running Man on the air that they just haven't had time to replace the carpet, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
God. Our worlds have gone in
so
many directions.
So now we face up with Waterball, who's just a kid with a super soaker.
Right.
Yeah, just a kid with a super soaker now, being like, no. Oh, look, there's the burn on the carpet from where we won last year. That was from last year's winners. And the kid, water ball with a super soaker, says, no, that's last year's losers. And then he squirts me and Daniela with water, and I was like, all right, let me handle this. I pull out the Light Bright, which has like a cool little picture on it that I made of like, I don't know, MC Scat Cat. And like, hey kid, hey, take a look at this picture I made for Zoobadoo Boop Boop, and then I just punched the kid in the face. Right in the center of his face.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll defeat the child.
And once again, the at-home audience goes ballistic, and we take advantage of the confusion started by the current letter writing campaign to try to get Running Man taken off the air. To creepity creep into the Oval Office.
Nice.
Listen, we got there.
That's an adventure.
I stole a bunch of vases on my way inside. There's like tables with like vases out in front of the Oval Office.
They don't even know what to do
Probably.
with that shit.
I stole a chandelier, I think.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We got a chandelier. Daniela is just dragging a chandelier behind him like a sled dog.
All right.
Okay.
And
scene.
All right. Richard Dawson in the Oval Office, our first adult. All right. Well, I guess I wake up in my car. There's a squirrel. It's the bit never changes.
Yep.
Never changes.
Listen.
Dead squirrel. I toss it off into the back seat where there's now a pile of dead squirrels. I stumble out of my car, and I am indeed in the Oval Office. President Richard Dawson is stuffing a bunch of money into a briefcase because he's got to cut and run. Things aren't working out. There's a madman disrupting his show. And I'm like, I seem to have dropped my cigarette. May I have another? And he's like, I don't even think he's paying attention to me, honestly. I think he's just stuffing his briefcase and has a gun at me. And I go, who gives a fuck? You're the bad guy. And he's like, so there's an ambulance on the way. Please just keep your distance. And I say, I feel like I've been rode hard and put away wet. It's horses. And I vomit on the White House rug. Like the kind where I have to brace myself. Like I'm one hand on my car. And just like hunched and like a real, like a vomit. And of course I'm shitting a little.
Yeah, it's like a real painful, like a full body vomit.
A full body vomit. And I'm just like, whiskey. And so I wander to the back of my car and I open the trunk and I take out my briefcase. I open it. It's filled with pornography. Old pictures of like a better life, and just whiskey, just loose whiskey, and I get a whiskey out of there, and I I start drinking that. I throw some bullets. Is there a fireplace in the Oval Office? Let's just say there is.
Probably.
I throw some bullets in the fireplace as like a distraction, but it turns out bullets don't like to shoot out, so they just sort of pop. And
right. They just sort of explode.
Yeah. And the president is like, can you not do that? You've already destroyed a lot. I hurl a whiskey bottle at him and start coughing. Just playing all the hits. And I'm coughing and I fall to my knees. One of my ears falls off. I notice I'm coughing up teeth. And I'm like, I'm gonna do a jig, my wife, and I crash into the president, Richard Dawson, and I like like his briefcase goes flying, and he's like, dude, come on, I'm like, what the fuck, you need help, and I die right there, my liver detonates. Out of my body.
I think the word is succumb. You succumb there.
And it explodes like a pustule. like my entire torso explodes with like shit and vomit. And the president collects his briefcase, and he gets the fuck out of there. And he's like, all right, well, my show didn't work, but I'm gone. I'm going to go to my mansion in like Malibu, and I'm going to collect my money. And he gets to his mansion, and he opens the briefcase, and guess what? It's not his briefcase. It's mine. That's just filled with just pornography and alcohol and fumes, and it explodes. And the explosion looks a lot like the same explosion in the Last Action Hero. Yeah. For some reason. Don't know what that's about. And Richard Dawson quietly explodes in his house. I am crowned president. I'm already there in the Oval Office. And my corpse is propped up. And I run the new Running Man. I'm the host.
Yeah, no, it's high time somebody intelligent was making decisions.
Right, and I just got, no one ear, one arm, just exploded torso, covered in vomit. And this is as grizzled as a guy gets.
That's true.
I have
you somehow get divorced again.
Yeah, I get divorced. My daughter comes in and is like, I hate you, and leaves, all to my corpse.
Yep.
Yeah. And I am just King Grizzled. I am the most grizzled man who ever lived. And I die a hero for that reason. I go into Grizzled Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just a kingdom of cigarettes and whiskey bottles. And just like dark, like strip club lounges.
Right. It's an after hours bar at noon.
Yeah, exactly.
that's Grizzled Valhalla.
Right. And they're all the alleyways you can piss in.
The bathroom is just an alleyway.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm in. It's like dog heaven, It's got all my things.
Yeah.
Not a shower in sight.
Nope.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
All the food, drinks, and cigarettes are self-served from the same dumpster.
Yes. The single dumpster that all the grizzled men gather around like raccoons and dig through. Everybody's shoving each other.
Yep.
Everyone's
talking about their divorce.
Yeah. There's so many billboards that they're hucking whiskey bottles at. Just piles of pictures of better days.
Random explosions every in every
grizzled
corner
heaven.
of the hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. A perfect ending.
Perfect.
All right. So me and Dan Aiello creep. We use. What do we use? Let's see. I use the I use my my fucking Blockbuster card to jimmy open the lock of the Oval Office, which is where you can rent the Hudson Hawk NES game.
Absolutely.
And we creepily creep in there. Richard Dawson there. He's like, fine. You made it. You made it. Congratulations. You won the Running Man. You earned your freedom. What else do you want? What else do you want from me? You're destroying my ratings by you sending all my stalkers home. You made all of them cry. You drove one of their go-karts out the window. You know how much money that go-kart costs? Too much money. Pepsi sprung for that go-kart. I'm never going to get that kind of a deal with Pepsi again. So Dan Aiello offers to step in. He's like, hey, Hawk, let me handle this. And I'm like, no, man, you've done too much already. It's time for the Hawk. So I produce a heroic swashbuckling swinging rope from nowhere. It descends from the ceiling. And I say, hey, Dawson, catch the excitement, catch the adventure, catch the Hawk. And I swing into him, and it looks just like the Hudson Hawk movie poster. And as I'm swinging, like mid-pendulum swing, I say, also catch the laughter, because for like the home video release, so maybe more people will read it. You know how things change, like marketing changes sometimes. Richard Dawson, you're a media guy, and he absorbs all this information. He understands why I had to add an additional line to the tagline to try to get people to rent the movie. So anyway, I swing heroically. My overcoat's blowing behind me like a cape, and I plant 2 fine Italian shoes right into Richard Dawson's chest, and he flies backwards out the window of the Oval Office, which again, the White House is on a sheer cliff, remember that, and he tumbles down the cliff and explodes, just like Danny Aiello's car exploded. A glorious fireball tracing an arc down to the earth below. And we won the Running Man, and we're singing our show tunes. And the only prize we won is that chandelier that Danny Aiello is stealing. And then also I steal the president's desk.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh,
There's a treasure map in there.
There's a treasure map in there. We get the smelting machine. We can turn metal into gold. Dan Aiello is still trying to put NFTs in there because he still doesn't understand how it works. But now we're going to go on our next big heist, our next big sneak, which is going to be to steal a bunch of municipal benches because those are made of metal.
Right.
And we can put those in the alchemy machine, and now we have gold. We just leave the White House. We don't reform the country. We don't cancel the Running Man. We don't become president. We just let that work itself out. I'm not really a politician. We just let somebody else take power. Now it's Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is the president.
That's perfect.
And they're still using kids in the Running Man, but we don't care because we got our chandelier and our desk and our smelting machine.
Right. It was never about the kids.
No, it was about the sneak. It was about the heist. It was about catching the adventure and the excitement and the hawk and the laughter.
Right. It's funny, the alchemy machine, I kept thinking, what a random thing for him to include, and then I realized, oh no, that's Hudson Hawk, isn't it?
That's Hudson Hawk, yeah.
Yeah, that movie is out of its mind.
Yeah, it's Richard E. Grant and Sandra Bernhard have an alchemy machine.
Yeah, that is, what the fuck?
I think we're finished.
No, we did it. I feel really good about this.
I feel okay. I hope it was entertaining.
Listen, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's true. We did what we promised that we would do.
Yeah, exactly. We set out to do this, and we have achieved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
Listen,
Tom.
Pepsi is over the moon.
Yeah. Oh my God. Whew. Just coming off of that.
Yeah.
That was
it was a roller coaster ride, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
we did it. We did it.
Yeah. Yeah, we did it, man.
We should probably tell him something.
Okay. Well, first I want to thank James Rainey. James Rainey had a dream. And they, I hope, achieved their dream.
I don't know how closely this resembles James Rainey's dream, but here it is.
Yeah.
Frequently, your dreams don't...
I was about to say, James Rainey had a really weird dream.
Yeah. Listen.
When woke up and was like, I'm not sure that was right.
Listen. Inspiration takes a lot of forms. Sometimes you get inspired and the end result doesn't look exactly the way that you dreamed it would, but it's a thing. It's a thing you made and put out in the world.
It's the Onion article, the Martin Luther King, I had a really weird dream last night. Yeah, listen, we did it. That's the point.
We did it. Listen, a Frank Stallone song is playing over the end credits in our hearts right now.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, this was through our Patreon. And if people are interested, they can go to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed for just $5 human a month. You can get access to a bunch of exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder's a Maniac and Star Trek The Next Futurama and Spiel Boys. Those are all there. We also watch movies every Friday night with our patrons. Surely we've watched Hudson Hawk, right?
We haven't, actually, I don't think.
Well, excuse me, I'm Bruce Willis. Yeah, we should watch Hudson Hawk. We probably watched The Last Boy Scout, though.
I mean, maybe.
Right?
I don't know.
How are we not watching these two movies?
I don't know. Maybe that's next week. Listen, you'll have to join the Patreon to find out. We also have a store.
You will.
You can head over to gamefullyunemployed.com where we have a link to our Teespring store. You can check out all kinds of cool original artwork and designs on t-shirts, stickers, mugs, posters, all kinds of things. So, give it a look. It'll look.
Give it a look-see.
Do the creepity creep in there. Time yourself with a show tune.
Yeah, give it a looky-loo.
Wouldn't you like to carry moonbeams home in a jar?
Wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and leave us a review. I don't know.
Yeah, or don't.
Maybe don't review this episode.
No, you can review any. And if you see us on the street, do not approach us.
Mm-mm.
How would you even know what we look like?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that I won't get into this.
That's fine.
You ever listen to a podcast and then you see the person, you're like, that's not what I imagined them looking like at all. I'm very curious to know what people's mental images of us are. The people who don't know what we look like.
Well, we're on the artwork.
Shh. All right, I guess we're done.
All right, fine.
Bye.
Bye.